Okay, so superstars, I'm making this video to explain the special partnership deal by CapitalXtend broker. This is a fantastic deal that has never been seen in this industry, where as a partner you are being paid like a staff every month in dollars. Now, the brokerage partnership system out there pays you in two ways: either via rebate revenue share or via CPA. And I'm going to explain this before I continue. Now, revenue share is a system whereby for every trade taken by your client, the broker pay you a percentage of the spread that they charge the client. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the client make profit or loss, they are going to pay you a fraction of whatever they charge the client. Now, the CPA, which means cost per acquisition or cost by action, is a type of deal where the broker pay you just one time from your customer. So they can give you a target of, okay, if you have 10 customers or 5 customers that create an account and fund $100 each, they will pay you $500 or they'll pay you $200. It depends on the broker. But once they pay you that money, that is all from those customers. You will never get paid again from those customers. Even if those customers later deposit $100,000 and they keep trading and generate 2,000 lots, it doesn't matter. You will not get a dime. That is called CPA. But CapitalXtend say no to that. We don't just want to see you and your partner relationship as a one-time kind of relationship. We want to see you as an internal person, like someone who is inside the system. So once you have this deal, you are being seen as a staff of the broker and your rank is called the BDO, which means the Business Development Officer. Every BDO has a relationship with an ASM or a BDM. An ASM means Account Service Manager. A BDM means a Business Development Manager. Okay, so you must have a manager, and of course, it's in rank. We have ASM, BDM, and SBD, which is a Senior Business Development Manager. Okay, you must have a manager because as an officer, you have a dashboard, while a manager is going to have a CRM, which means a customer relationship management end, where he can manage you and your customers. Okay, so a BDO manages customers and sub IBs, while an ASM manages customers, partners, and sub IB. So that's just how the structure work. Okay, an ASM work inside the brokerage while you work remotely. Okay, a BDO work remotely. A BDO is paid more than ASM, okay, because it's more of like a contract job. All right, so now having said that, let me quickly explain this payment term. You're going to be earning from 4 different ways. Let me start from the first way of earning. The first way of earning is known as the fixed monthly salary. Okay, now this is dependent on the number of customers you're able to bring to the broker every month, as well as the total net deposit you're able to get for the month. So I'm going to use the first row to explain, and perhaps I believe you'll be able to understand others. Okay, now let's take a look at this first row, which is called the dynamic one. Of course, you know, life is in levels and strata. No matter the industry you find yourself, you're going to be working based on ranks. Okay, it happens everywhere, whether in banking, whether in military, whether in police, whether in civil service. People grow by rank. Civil service, they will say level 7, step 1, level 8, level 9, level 10. They are in levels. So when you go to military, for example, you can see there's lieutenant, there's major, there's captain, there is general. Even in the general, there's lieutenant general, there's major general, brigadier general. So life is in ranks and levels. Okay, the same thing happens here. Your rank is determined by the performance you're able to make in a month. So let's look at the first level. If you're able to acquire 5 active clients, what does it mean to be an active client? If you just register a customer on the broker platform, it's not an active client. An active client is someone that has deposited a minimum of $12. That is what is determined as an activation, okay? And of course, they also want to check that the client didn't just come and put money, but he's trading. So he should have been able to trade at least 0.1 lot. Now, that can be either 0.01 in 10 places, or 0.05 in 2 places, or 0.1 in 1 place, or 0.5. It doesn't matter, but at least the broker want to see that your client are actually trading. So your job is to get your client to deposit and trade on the platform, okay? Now, the broker is going to pay you $10 per client at this level. $10 per client at this level. Now, so that means if you have 5 active clients, you're going to get paid $50. But of course, we have seen how people abuse deals like this, whereby you just go create accounts, get people deposited dollars, at the end of the day, you have brought $60 to the broker and you're expecting to get paid $50. That is what we call monkey business. So to curtail that, the broker brought the law of deposit. Please take note, net deposit. Well, what is net deposit? Net deposit means the total amount of money your client brings to the platform minus the total amount of money they withdraw from the platform, okay? So let's assume you brought $1,000 and your client withdraw $500. That means you have only brought $500 to the broker. So your net deposit is $500, not $1,000. So you need to be sure that your clients are being retained on the platform as well. So you want to see that, okay, your client brought $800 and they withdraw only $200. Then you've achieved $600 net deposit. Now the fantastic and lovely thing about this deposit target of CapitalXtend is that this money must not come from all your new clients. Even your existing client, if they deposit again, it counts for you. So let's assume that you have a client that registered last month or so that has already brought $1,000 last month, and this month he brought another $1,000. It's going to count for you. It's going to add to your net. That's so amazing. It means that your existing client can be clearing your net target for you. You just focus on bringing new clients who are activating with at least $12 and above. Of course, $12 is not a good money to start forex business. I always tell people $50 and above make more sense in the game. 50, 100, 200. So, but if you want to focus on only new clients, then maybe they should deposit $150 each. If you have 5 clients that deposit $150 each, that is $750 or thereabouts, right? Let me see, 150. Yeah, $750. So you have already met your target for the month. So, but of course, this is the minimum requirement for this level. And once you do this, you will get paid $50. If you want to earn more, you will get your next level. If you can get 10 active clients to the broker, you'll be paid $15 per client. $15 per client, okay? Now, let's take a look at this logic. Now, if you are being paid $15 per client and you bring 10 clients to the broker, that is $150. Please take note, it doesn't matter how much your client deposit, even if it's $12, it's going to count for you as an activation. So let's say your client deposit $12 each. Guys, that is $120, right? But you are being paid $150. Now, of course, that's the loss to the broker, and that's why the broker want to check what is your monthly net. So the cushion of this is that they want to be sure that you are actually bringing money to the platform as well. So you need to have a $2,000 net. So even if one of your clients brings $2,000, if you can get 9 other clients who activate, you are going to get paid $150 for this. Is an amazing and fantastic. The broker want to be sure that instead of giving the money to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for marketing and just getting clients on their platform, they want to give the money to their partners who are going to be working, following up on their behalf, calling their clients, helping them to deposit, guiding them all through. That is why you are working with CapitalXtend as a business development officer. I don't want this video to be long, but of course, I just need to go more into details. So let me look at the last level. If you have 50 clients with CapitalXtend in a month and you're able to achieve a net of $100,000, you will get paid a whooping $5,000. Is this not amazing? It means that you are being paid $100 per client. Wow. So even if your client deposits $12, you will be paid $100. This is almost like 1000% return on investment. But of course, at this point, the broker want to see 100,000 net deposits. Okay, so don't just go and bring $100,000 and come and expect $5,000. No, the broker want to see that you're actually doing business. You have brought enough people that has been able to. Guy, if you can play this game well, you can become a country director of a broker. When you know how to be able to activate client and bring deposit, this is a training ground. You can run a broker. Once you can do this comfortably, you can have a white label. CapitalXtend can give white label. Yes, we have a lot of brokers under CapitalXtend. For the sake of NDA clause, I can't mention name, okay? But a lot of brokers are under CapitalXtend, powered by CapitalXtend, who have just white label. You are going to have your own website, everything handled and managed by CapitalXtend. It becomes your own platform. I hope to see you at that level. Now, this is the first way to aim as a BDO with CapitalXtend broker. Now, what's the second way to aim? It is called the rebates. Now, other brokers pay you between $3 to $5 per lot. CapitalXtend pay you as high as $10 straight up. No much conversation. CapitalXtend pay you between $10 to $20 per lot size. Guys, some broker will tell you 30% revenue share, 50% revenue share. What does that mean? It means they are paying you $3 per lot, $5 per lot, but CapitalXtend pay you complete. CapitalXtend is a very big broker. There are many brokers depend on them. So this is a very, very fantastic deal I want you to take a look at. So now this is a scenario. A lot of people don't have, a lot of partners with broker don't have a business plan. And that is why CapitalXtend draft this plan for you. By the way, this is CapitalXtend Africa, okay? This deal is not available for global CapitalXtend client. Only CapitalXtend client in Africa. Okay, shout out to Commercial Director of Africa, who pushed for this deal to be effective and activated for the African market. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about Dr. Engineer David Alabada. Okay, so all these kudos to him. If not, wouldn't have had this kind of deal where people are getting paid every month in dollars. So ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with this. Now, you will get paid $10 per lot size at this level. So if your client trade 5 lots, 5 lot size, you are going to pay $50. Now, the good thing about this is that every week you are going to be paid. Okay, every week you will get paid this amount of money. So let's assume your client trades this amount every week. You will get paid every week, $50 every week. If your client can trade 100 lots in a week, you will get paid $1,000 every week. It doesn't matter. That's why this is a variable income. Okay, it's a variable income. But now this is just a hypothetical scenario. Okay, that if you achieve this, you get this. So let's assume you earn $50 from monthly salary, and then $50 from rebate. Your monthly salary is $100. Guys, your monthly income is $100. $100 in Nigerian currency now is over 160,000 naira on a monthly basis, guys. This is the least money you can earn. Now, pause for a while and think, how much do you think is the least amount a marketer in the bank get paid? Some get paid 50,000 naira, 50,000, and their target is over $1 million naira, guys, over $1 million naira, and every day they have to go to office. But guys, you can work from the comfort of your home. You can work anywhere, and you get paid every month in dollars by CapitalXtend broker. Now, the more your client trade, the more your income. Okay, so you're going to be paid monthly salary fixed based on your client deposit and registration. And also going to be paid variable income, which is like revenue share based on your client trading. So your goal is to bring new clients to the platform, get deposit to the platform, and get them to trade. If you can achieve these 3 things, the sky becomes not your limit, but your starting point. So having said that, I believe you are now clear about the first 2 ways you will get paid as a partner with CapitalXtend. Now let me show you the other way you're going to get paid. As a BDO, you're allowed to trade. Unlike BDMs who are not allowed to trade for client, but you can trade for client. That's the advantage you have as a BDO with CapitalXtend. You're a partner, you can trade for your client. Now you can also refer other clients to be traded by other traders on the platform. Now, this window is for those who want to be investors. So take note, the first window I showed you is for new clients and for clients who are trading. This is for clients who are investors. There are two ways to invest in capital, three ways to get to invest with the broker safely. Please take note, the broker don't trade for clients. You are going to find who is going to trade for them or what is going to trade for a client. Very, very important. Of course, there are many solutions out there. You can always get back to your account service manager to trade, to link you up with a trading solution, okay? Your account service manager can link you up. The broker don't trade. The account service managers are not allowed to trade, okay? It is part of the rule of engagement in the brokerage system. But as a BDO, you can be able to trade for a client, or you can also connect them to a trading solution. It's up to you, okay? So like I said, there are three ways to achieve this. Either number one, through copy trading, number two, through palm trading, and number three, through robot AI trading, okay? These are the three ways people can invest in foreign exchange without the fear of somebody running with their money. Their money is going to be with their broker, while those other solutions will trade on their behalf. This is amazing, okay? Now, this is it. This is for if you are targeting investors, okay? At least your minimum target should be like $5,000 in total. Maybe you have 5 investors who deposit $1,000 each. You're going to get $5,000. Now, from experience, most of the performance products or the traders on CapitalXtend who are good, they make between 5% to 20% every month. For me, any trader that makes over 20% consistently every month is a very risky trading. You might have high risk of losing a lot of money in the game. So please, the goal is here, you want to make profit, but no, you want to be profitable. The goal is not just to make profit, but to be profitable. Profitability means making profit consistently. 2%, 8%, 9%, 12%, but you are being profitable every month consistently. That is profitability. Are we together? So now, but making profit means this month I make 50%, next month I lose 80%, next other month I make 20%, the other month I lose. No. That is, you lose. In fact, before 3 months, there's a report, a research that shows that 90% of traders lose their 90% of their capital within the first 90 days. You don't want to fall in that category. So I'm telling you from experience, the goal is slow and steady. Okay, we are here not to make money. We're here not to be rich. We are here to be financially free. Okay, we are here to be financially free, and that comes with consistency. So, having said that, let's take a look at this first table. If your client if you have $5,000 in portfolio under management, and your client are able to make just 5% profit in a month, which is the minimum profit target, that means they have made $250. This is how the money will be distributed. Now, please take note, there are many portfolio managers set their rules, but the ones that most of us recommend, they follow this guideline. 60% goes to investor, 20% goes to the trader, and 20% goes to the agent. Okay, the agent is the partner that refer the investor. Okay, so it's the 60-20-20 rule. If you those of you who watch football, we call this formation. Okay, this is like formation. Okay, so this is like formation. Be 5-3-3 formation, 5-4-2 formation. However, this is like formation. So having said that, if your client make $250 profit, 20% goes to you as the agent, which is $50, guys. And this can be every month without having to bring new clients anymore. As long as your clients their money is on the platform, they're making profit, you will be getting paid this commission every month. If you are the trader and not the agent, you will still get this same amount of money. So imagine you are the trader and the agent. That means you're going to be earning you're going to be earning the 40%. You're going to be earning $100 every month from your client who have brought $5,000 to the broker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so amazing, and you can go on and on, follow the same rule. Let's look at $250,000. A profit of $12,500 has been made. Okay, $2,500 is your own share of the bargain. But for me, I believe in starting small and growing big. For me, I have a target of $10 million. It means if I bring $10 million to the system and my client makes just 5% in a month, that is $500,000, I will get paid $100,000 every month. Ladies and gentlemen, initially we're talking about how to get paid up to $5,000 monthly, but with this window, you can get paid $100,000 every month. Now, what if your client makes 10% in a month? Your income is going to be $200,000. What if your client makes 25% in a month? Your income is going to be $500,000 in a month. Guys, I don't see any system that can pay this kind of money every month if not brokerage. And that is why I've pitched my tent here with the broker. I'm not looking back. I'm going to keep pushing until I achieve $10 million in sales, where I will get paid a minimum of $100,000 every month. Ladies and gentlemen, till I come your way again, my name is Steve Everest. See you at the top, not from the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Bye for now. Cheers.